Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I'm making a couple of wee gift packages for two of my grandsons. It's their birthday. Tom is the younger brother, so I always give him something when I'm giving presents to the other, till they get a bit older anyway. So I decided to make them just a wee package of like goodies, like wee chocolates and whatever. So I'm using just retired stuff, retired papers. This was down at the farm or something you called it. I'm using the balloon from the Penguin Place. This is retired, but I think it's still available in the clearance rack, so it's only £4 or something if you want to pick it up. I've also I use Smile for Tom, but I'm going to use Sean's Happy Birthday because it's his birthday. And I used Alpha Best for his name and the matching punch, best label punch. So that's what we're going to make. So just get out whatever scrap paper you have, and we're going to make a nice package. So I made it to suit the bars that I was putting in, and the tallest one is a curly whirly, and it's about 7 inches, and the widest one would be the jellies, and it's about 2.5 inches. So I just made the package to suit what I needed. So for that size you need 11.5 inches by 7.5 inches. You're going to need a wee piece for the belly band at the top. I should have showed you how that opened. The belly band slides off. This was made just for a decoration fringe. You don't really have to. You can chop it off if you want. I just kept it so that the chocolates are nice and neat inside, but the opening is easy for the kids. They don't have to rip it apart, you know. Oops, don't put it on upside down. And make it nice and loose because it's for kids and they're not the most delicate, you know, when they're opening stuff. But I thought the fringe added a wee party sort of idea to it. But don't bother doing that if you don't want to. So the belly band is 7.5 by 5/8 of an inch, half an inch, whatever you want. These were using the double oval punch. And the colour that I'm going with is cherry cobbler. That's the colours that's in the paper. The other side is farm animals, but they're not going to see it and they're not going to care. I've already stamped out his name, Sean, in the cherry cobbler, and I went with the same colour, the Daffodil Delight, just to brighten it all up and make it party looking. So we're going to start just with a bit of scoring. Really easy to make. You can make a couple of these up at Christmas time even, but it is good to use up your old DSP. So what do we need to do? We'll go the short side first, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 3 inches, 4 inches, and then 6.5 inches. Then you want to spin it round, and we're going to go at 1 inch, and then way up to 8 inches, and then 9 inches, and 10 inches. And that's all our scoring done. So where are we? We'll put the 1/2 inch side along here, and this is going to be your bottom. This is going to be your top, so I'm going to flip it over so that I can see better. The bottom, we can cut this wee one off. You can actually cut it in a wee bit just to slant that side. That'll be your closure side. Then you want to cut up these just up to that 1 inch line. And we'll go up to the top end, which is this side. And you want to cut down to here. Isn't that right? I'm sure I'll get this wrong. I made this in a hurry and didn't do a second one. This is the second one. So I'm hoping, and I made changes to the first one. I'm not going to cut the whole way down just yet. Am I? Yes, I am. Of course I am. Cut right down to that score line there. So you have 1, 2, 3 blocks you're cutting down. Cut down this one. cut down this one. From score line, I lost it. For goodness sake, I cut past my score line. I'll cut down this one. Don't go past your score line like I did. And chop that one in. So now you can see where you are. Should be at this line. I should have scored it first because I thought it would be easier for you to see, but it wasn't easier for me. So just do your score lines and make sure everything is lining up. Oh, get away. So remember, it's only DSP, so don't go crazy with your score lines. And just make sure you're happy with where this is lining up. And if not, force it over. And this one. Same with these ones. We will be cutting off some of these, so don't fret. Oops. I just want to get it lined up properly. So that one has a couple. And this last one will be your fringy bit if you're going to use a fringe. So again with this one. And this one. This one will be chopping it off here, so you can score it if you like, and then decide which bit you're keeping. So, if you fold your box over, or you have all these floppy bits about, you'll see that this goes into here. This is going to fold in to give you your bottom, and this will be your top. So this part you want to chop off this. So we're just going right across. And we can taper in those from that score. Just taper it in a bit. Because you want that to fold over and then tuck it inside there, like so. Then this bit is going to come over the top, like so, down to here, and then you're going to be cutting up to that score line to do your fringing if you want to do the fringing. And the fringing is just simply, I started at this side so I could see just about part of the design, so that I could see, and I'll just put my scissors so that I know when I click I'm up to that line, and then I just work my way across. Don't do them too skinny in case when you do rub them to curl them that they fall off on you, but just continue that all the way over to the end and then do this wee piece. So I'm back at just that wee piece that I left myself because I didn't want to cut too short. Sometimes you can't see the other side of your scissors, you're not sure how thick you're cutting them. So I just wanted to show you, if you've only a wee bit of it to do, you can take your time better. There's actually a few wee lines up this particular paper which are doing a wee guide for me, which is always good. So one more and that will be it. Now if you bring out a bit of foam board or maybe this wee thing here, your rubber mat, just something to put that on when it's nice and flat, and just use your just to curl it a wee bit. I don't think it's going to work. I think it needs the foam, something raised up and a bit more spongy. And just be careful you don't rip them off. I did rip one off the last one. It'd be easier just to do it by hand, ain't it? Just give them a wee bit of separation, a wee bit of curl up. So now we want to join our box up. We'll do these scores at the bottom, which I forgot about. So when this one joins, we want this inside. This is going to be inside, so this will be the front. So keep that one down. That one will go in there, and that will close that way, and this will be the front of your box. So we'll just start off by putting a bit of glue on both of these, and I'm going to use the, well, we should really do our side one, shouldn't we? Before you go any further, go to that score and cut some off. Same with this side. You have two score lines, one here and one here. You want to cut along this one. And that'll give you your closure when you're doing the top end. So we'll want to join the box. Now I'm all over the show, aren't I? I got some very exciting news today, so I'm a bit jittery. So we've got it on that wee small 1/2 inch edge, and we're going to fold the bigger edge towards it. Give it a wee press, flip it down. You want to make sure that it goes right up. There's a bit of an overspill on mine for some reason, so I'm just going to trim it. So if you see a wee bit of the opposite side of the paper, just trim it off. Whoops. Right. Okay, so that's the back of your box. We're getting there. These two will tuck in and that will go inside, because that gives it a wee special closure of its own then and keeps the sweets intact. The bottom, as I said, fold down those two, bit of glue. And this is the front of your box, so you want this one coming down last. So push this one up and then add some glue to this one. And just make sure your box is nice and square, that everything's sitting nicely. You can pop your sweets in now, actually. So what do we have? We have a curly whirly bar, which is why I did it that size, so that'll cover it in nicely. We also have this, which was the widest bit, and I wanted to sort of slip in here, but I'm going to hold on to it because I want these things to slide in nicely. And this is just a wee fidget toy. I'll push that in and then push that one in. And that should be roomy enough. And that finishes that whole bit of box off. This will fold over. You've got your score here, and that will fold over like so. And now you just want to make your belly band to secure that. The belly band, as I said, 7.5 inches by 5/8, and you want to start at the front. Make sure you've got that in a nice position. And then put that in there, just above this score line here where the fringe starts, and center it, and just spread it around your box. Not too tight. Remember, if it's for kids, you don't want it too tight. So I think I'll put that one up that way. Don't worry too much about the join because it's going to be covered. So when you get to the corner, bend it. Bend it like bacon. So that seems okay to me. I'm happy enough with it. So I'm going to put a wee bit of glue on that. Again, set it over nice and loosely. Seems okay. Make sure it takes. Now to add your sentiment, put a large or two of the dimensionals. My head's astray. Put that onto your thing in the center and then just peel it off. We're just going to set this on top so that we know it's definitely where we want it, and then just press it in place. And that is the start of your box, so you just have to decorate it. So for his name, I have the wee matching punch, which is great. These all come in that one stamp set. All the letters for his name, there's numbers. I could put his age in the balloon, which I might do, you never know. And I used this one and then stamped the letter inside it in the cherry cobbler. So we'll just slide that in, line them up. Oops, just chop that off. Ugh, definitely is one of them days, isn't it? Got there in the end. So we'll put a wee dimensional on the back of these. Just in the center. Oops. I'm going to put 2 on one of them because I want to add the strings. And who knows what letter that was, the first one, of course. No good. S, E, N. So we're going to use this wee line to guide me for putting these on. So we'll probably want extras on those two. So we'll put the S and the N on. Is that right? Oh, it is. So add your S, add your N. Well, depending on the name you're doing, obviously. Just leave about the same gap at either side just to line it up. Not very straight. So we want to add a wee bit to the top of these, which I should have done in the other way. This is the top, isn't it? Double check. Yep. And this one. You'll see why in a second. Right, we need to add 2 to these as well. Right, where are we now? Thread. We want to add some thread to our balloons. So decide where you want your balloons. I haven't bothered with his age, he'll hardly care. Though he is double figures this year, he's a big boy this year. So we want that attached to there. So take off your lower one and just set the string onto it. And then we're going to put it where we want it. And this string we want coming down to here. So give it a wee bit of leeway. Chop it off and then get your E. Peel off these. And then you want to put the string onto the sticky so it's catching. And then put your E where it's supposed to go. I wonder am I leaving enough room? Could go over a wee bit. So, and then you can play about with your string to make it look like it's going up the wall. Same for this one. Stick a bit of string to your balloon. Oops. And then we're going to stick that in place. Try and direct the string where you want it. Cut it down. And we're going to add it to the eye. So just pick the string up and then pop it down, the whole thing down, oops, where you want. And again, let the thread just go where it wants, or the baker's twine. So that is it. You could put 10 in there if you wanted. I may add it at a later date, I don't know. But that is the video done. Thank goodness I'll be better prepared next week. It's just one of those weeks. So you can fluff about with that if that one there's come out better than the other one. And fill it with lots of goodies. And it's a good 7-inch by 2.5-inch box, so it's pretty good. It'll hold a lot. You put candles or whatever in it and make it less babyish, partyish if you wanted. So give it a go and see what you think. And I'll have everything listed down below, though a lot of it is retired, so I wouldn't be expecting too much. Alphabet set and the punch you'll be able to get. And your baker's twine. So, anyway, that's me. Catch us all again soon. Bye.